Hey guys, we are Group 12 and we will be presenting our HPV Awareness, the Best Prevention is Early Detection campaign. My group consists of Yvonne Bustamante, Patricia Redding, Melanie Marone, Jeanette Beto, and me, Marie Razon. The human papillomavirus is the most common STI in the United States among young adults between the ages of 18 to 26 years old. But did you know African American and Hispanic women are found to have higher rates of HPV-associated cervical cancer compared to white and non-Hispanic women? According to a study conducted by the Journal of Women's Health, both African American and Hispanic women between the ages of 18 to 26 years old are found to have particularly low rates of HPV awareness compared to white and non-Hispanic women of the same ages due to the lack of access to pap smear screenings or follow-up treatment. This graph shows the age-adjusted incidence rates for HPV-associated cervical cancer in the U.S. between the years of 2008 to 2012. The rates shown are the numbers of women who are diagnosed with HPV-associated cervical cancer for every 100,000 women. As you can see, rates of HPV-associated cervical cancer were higher among African American and Hispanic women compared to the other races and ethnicities shown on the graph.
Our mission. The purpose of this campaign is to bring awareness to female college students at San Diego State University and to illustrate the potential risk of contracting the human papillomavirus and encourage them to get vaccinated in order to prevent cervical cancer and other health problems. Our main focus will be on Hispanic and African American college women because they are among the highest diagnosed.
Our target behavior for our campaign is to increase awareness and encourage female college students who are sexually active to get vaccinated for HPV. The target audience we are using are Hispanic and African American women between the age of 18 to 26 years old. Our audience segmentation for our campaigns includes demographic, geographic, and psychographic regarding single and married female college students between the age of 18 to 26 years old who are sexually active, attending the San Diego State University, and currently living in San Diego County. On the other hand, a variety of psychographics that are used for female college students that we came up with are females that are sexually active, since it affects them in particular, as well as being health conscious. In addition, they are also want to maintain a healthy lifestyle. For example, the use of condom is important to them. The value of relationship with their doctors and family or friends are also important for female college students. Our primary audience are Hispanic and African American female SDSU students between the age of 18 and 26 years old. Meanwhile, our secondary audience included family, friends, physician, and SDSU male student between the age of 18 and 26 years old.
For our campaign, we'll be using McGuire's 4 psychological-based model. The campaign will consist of information regarding the risk of HPV and advising its targeted audience about the vaccines available to prevent them from contracting the virus. The campaign aims to activate African American and Hispanic college students between the ages of 18 to 26 years to be aware of the risk of HPV and ways to prevent it by providing free condoms and free pap smear screenings. In addition, we will work with SDSU Student Health Services to advocate the African American and Hispanic female college students to use condoms correctly and consistently, to get vaccinated for HPV, and to go for a routinely pap smear screening.
Our persona is Claudia. She's a 23-year-old Hispanic female that currently attends San Diego State University. She is single, but she's had multiple partners within a year. She currently lives in San Isidro, which is part of the San Diego County. She's never had a pap smear or been vaccinated for HPV. She also loves to be on Instagram and Twitter. For our campaign, we used the health belief model. The perceived susceptibility threat we asked, is Claudia at risk? Yes, because HPV is the most common STI among college students. For For perceived severity, we asked, why should Claudia care? Since she is Hispanic, cervical cancer is among the highest diagnosed and mortality rates. For perceived barriers, we asked, how will Claudia benefit? Practicing safe sex and using condoms and getting the HPV vaccine will further reduce her chances of acquiring HPV and cervical cancer. Some perceived barriers could be the cost, lack of knowledge, fear of needles or side effects, and culture or language barriers. For cues to action, Claudia can visit the Instagram and Twitter page of Be HPV Free to get more information on how to get vaccinated for HPV and cervical cancer awareness. And for the self-efficacy, Claudia will now feel confident in her ability to take care of her sexual health.
Another model that we are also using is called the elaboration likelihood model, which for the message, we do have HPV testing, HPV vaccinations, and HPV awareness. For the audience factors, on central route, which has high motivation and ability to think about the message. The message that we have is get vaccinated, protect yourself from HPV. And for the peripheral route, it will be a low motivation or ability to think about the message. Our example is let's talk about sex and HPV as a second leading STI. And for the processing approach, on the deep processing focus on the quality of the message arguments, we do have an example of the credibility of sources outweighs the parasocial relationship in social media, and the superficial processing focus on surface features such as the communicator's attractiveness or the number of arguments presented. Our example is a change in behavior, intentions to receive the vaccine. And lastly, for the persuasion outcome, for the lasting change that resists fading and counterattacks, our example is safe sex and cancer prevention. And for the temporary change that is susceptible to fading and counterattack, it is confident in sexual health.
Our evaluation consists of our campaign goal, campaign objectives, activities, and measures of success. Our campaign goal is to bring awareness to SDSU female students towards HPV and encourage vaccination in order to prevent cervical cancer and other health problems. Our campaign objectives include to provide information about HPV, direct students where they can get tested for HPV, motivate individuals to follow our HPV prevention methods, and promote education and advocate in the control and spread of HPV. Activities: implement campaign quality process measures, our Instagram, Twitter, on-campus tabling, and Teal Tuesdays. Measures of success include impact, which is short term, is to educate our target population of SDSU African American and Hispanic females towards HPV. Outcomes: long term is to increase the rates of HPV vaccination in order to prevent health problems such as cervical cancer. Feel free to follow us on our Twitter and Instagram at B_HPV_free in order to get amazing HPV information daily. Our daily information includes awareness facts, prevention tips, free testing sites, and additional information on clinics providing free vaccinations. Overall, our social media campaign encourages people to wear teal on Tuesdays and use the hashtag #CombatHPV in order to bring awareness to cervical cancer, which is caused by certain HPV strains. Here we see two examples of our print ads. These ads are effective in helping us accomplish our mission of bringing awareness to SDSU female students on potential risks of HPV and to get vaccinated. Remember,
HPV is easy as 1, 2, 3.